Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ricky with Learn Plan Profit. Hope you guys are all having a great start to your day. Let me give it a couple seconds. I'm going to start moving my screen so you guys can see what it is that I'm looking at. I had to do a couple things in the morning right now that I didn't really want to. More of like the group management portion. I just want to remind you guys that, I really do appreciate all the time that you guys spend within the group. There's a couple people that were sending not just links to outside group chats, but links to videos that were not from either Learn Plan Profit or TechBit Solutions. I want to remind you that regardless of how active someone is within the chat, rules are still rules, and we want to make sure that you understand that if I see anybody spamming the chat, I will have to remove you from the chat altogether. So it's just really annoying having to go to every single chat and remove these videos and remove these links. Again, we're not in elementary school. Like, let's just follow the rules. That's it. Let's keep it simple, and that's it. So really do appreciate your guys' time. I'm sorry that I have to start it off on that note. It just was such a waste of time to have to do that in the morning. But yeah, this is one of the stocks that I'm looking at right now. It's ticker symbol DGAS. Overall, it was showing signs of potential reversal. Looking at /NG, I just want to remind you that as of right now, based off of previous patterns, this is approaching a price point on where it's a little bit more on the overbought side. So with that being said, I'm just keeping this thing on high alert. As it's becoming super overextended, it makes sense on why it can pull back. It doesn't mean that it has to. The momentum can definitely carry this thing through and continue to drive the price up, but it just makes sense on why it could. I did see SQs begin to show signs of an uptrend during pre-market hours. I was about to take a position during pre-market hours. I just didn't know how it was going to open during market open, but altogether, we could see that it's still trying to show signs of an uptrend. Looking at the 5-day, 5-minute chart, we could see that there's a potential it's trying to change its direction. I mean, SQs has been selling off, and as of right now, today would be one of the first days where it's actually trying to make this overall reversal or change of direction. Again, going back to this, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Yep, so congrats on 400K. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you guys again for all the help to get to 400,000 subscribers. I really do appreciate it, and yeah, it's definitely super cool. It's such a blessing. And as of right now, yeah, Crystal, we do have that natural gas report today. Today's Thursday, so 1 hour after the market opens, we should be experiencing that natural gas report. Let's see. Okay, so now we're getting a little bit more on the oversold side. So again, looking at previous patterns, we're approaching this price point on where DGAS is becoming very oversold. We got JNUG now still showing signs of a sell-off, not really making higher highs as of right now. So again, super oversold. 20-day 1 hour chart, yep, still showing signs of a downtrend. So definitely something that we want to take into consideration. Jordan and Eden, that podcast was dope. Appreciate it, man. Really glad that you enjoyed the podcast. Super happy to hear that. Here we go. Because JNUG trying to reverse. Look at the MACD. Look at the RSI. It makes sense. Drip is opening green on the day. If you guys saw /CL was showing signs of a sell-off during extended hours. So it showed signs of an uptrend. So again, this is where it closed at yesterday. It showed signs of an uptrend, but right as the market opened, again, it doesn't matter how much it pushes up during extended hours. It matters how it opens. And we've talked about that multiple times, and it opened lower than obviously, it closed that right over here. So the really cool thing about that is that now crude oil is super oversold on the day. So now we just set this alert. I would be on high alert for like UWT and Gush to start showing signs of an overall reversal. Here we go. We might start getting a bounce. So is SQs too overbought? I think that pullback answered your question. Look at that. Again, just ask yourself, if you didn't get in as this thing was showing signs of an uptrend, you're probably just getting in for the rally. There's nothing wrong with that. That just means that you're taking a higher form of risk. As of right now, the RSI is pointing down, the MACD is pointing down. So ask yourself, is the direction showing signs of an uptrend? Is it a good deal? Is it something that's going to show signs of growth? Is it something that I'm missing out on that's continuously growing right now? No, it's pulling back, right? So we could be patient, wait for the reversal, and still try to focus on those two things, direction and a good deal. Will today be guacamole green day? Let's hope so, right? I don't know if you guys saw how I closed the day yesterday. For those that didn't check out yesterday's video, feel free to check it out if you guys didn't view it. I mean, it's not too long. I think it's like 10 minutes long. But the really cool thing about that one is that on top of that, I also shared how much I ended the day at. The day was at $912, if I'm not mistaken, altogether. So I ended the live stream, or shortly after the live stream, like 1 hour after the market opened. I was up a little bit, over 500, and then all I continued to do was just trade you guys, and you guys put me up a little bit over $600 alone on that specific stock, and it put me over 900 on the day. And that's including the loss of the $2 on SQs yesterday. So again, let's be extremely selective with what we choose to invest in. Identify the margin of profit, see if it's worth it, and if it is, set up a plan and manage that risk. So I'm trying to wait for a change of direction on this. So CROX spiked after earnings. Let's check that out. So CROX was something that was in our watch list, right? It was showing signs of an uptrend pattern, and boom, right? It makes sense. So altogether, really huge push up. Obviously, I would lock in profits. Look at the RSI, look at the MACD. It's just really cool to, at least me, that like we're watching CROX very, closely because of the uptrend pattern, because it met all our criteria. It was showing signs of an uptrend. We liked the direction that it was pointing, and it was very consistent. It's a pattern that's very attractive, I think. So I'm really happy to see that it opened up green, and I hope a couple members within our group were able to take advantage of that and to lock in profits. So /CL is showing signs of a reversal. On the day, just understand its overall direction on the 180-day chart. Again, it's still showing signs of a downtrend as of right now. On the day, it's trying to show signs of a reversal. So that means that UWT should be starting to reverse as well. So I would add that here. And then instead of drip, and drip is starting to sell off, then it would make sense why to pay attention to Gush, as Gush is going to become much more relevant. Where are you, Gush? Where is it? Did he get erased? Oh. There we go. So it's slowly trying to recover. I like that. In favor of you guys. No, I'm not playing it in anybody's favor. So Crocs 2 days ago. Good morning, team. What's going on, Ozzy? What's up? What's up? PRGO. Let's check that out. Okay, so bad earnings from 75 all the way down to, what was that? About 63.84, about $64. It's showing signs of an uptrend now, super overextended. Obviously due for a pullback. Let's set those alerts. I'm going to set these alerts for a pullback close to the middle view up and close to the EMA line. And on top of that, I'm going to set an alert if this thing continues to make higher highs. Here we go. SQ is still showing signs of an uptrend. Can I get a show of hands or a show of emojis of who's invested in SQ? Okay, so TQ, we got a lot of people in SQs. Okay, so where are we locking in profits? Where are we going to lock in profits? So it's showing signs of an uptrend, right? Looking at previous patterns, right? As we're approaching 1275, a common resistance, it doesn't even have to hit 1275, right? Just like we're seeing that it's pulling back along the way. It's up to you guys on where it is that you guys want to sell it. But as we're getting closer to this resistance where it's sold all the way back off, again, the risk becomes that much greater. So just a friendly reminder that, as we get closer to this resistance, the more overbought that it comes and the less of a good deal it becomes. Here we go. Still showing signs of a bearish pattern. Descending resistance, horizontal support. As of right now, it's doing a pretty good job, but it keeps getting a little closer to this overall support at 1050. Watching closely. Overall descending pattern for JNEG. So as this thing tries to push up, just understand that it's been getting rejected by this 1 day, 1 minute chart EMA line. So yes, it's pushing up, but understand its direction, that it's not going to push up forever. So I would lock in profits. UWT rejected. There you go, pullback. Congrats, Nylon. Disney's still showing signs of an uptrend, but not really making higher highs as of the day, right? It's kind of just consolidating. So, again, it's still very early. It's 15 minutes after the market has opened. So, Ricky, you need coffee. Yeah, my sleep, I thought I got really good sleep. I guess not. I don't know. So, ticker symbol LUV. Here we go. LUV is still showing signs of a really nice recovery after its earnings report. So it's been very consistent with that. And that's why I've been following it. Again, it's been showing signs of an uptrend. So same thing with LABU. Remember, everyone was so focused on, when the reversal was going to happen? Well, look, it's now showing signs of a continuous uptrend. Why is everyone not talking about it anymore? Where's all that hype? Again, everyone gets so excited to predict reversals, but when something is actually showing signs of an uptrend, because it's not as exciting or it's not as risky, we tend to forget about it, right? Let's just go with the flow. There we go. Gush again, still showing signs of an uptrend. Slash NQ, okay? So this is something that I wasn't aware of. You see this resistance? Look at that MACD, look at the RSI. So if this thing begins to sell off around this area, so if this sells off, that means that SQ should possibly try to bounce. But again, that's only if it gets rejected. How do we feel about UGAS and DGAS, right? UGAS showing signs of an uptrend, but it's super overbought, right? We can look at the 180-day analysis so you guys could overall just see where it's at, right? So right around like this area. And then looking at just closer patterns, the 5-day, 5-minute chart. We could see that, again, we're approaching this general area where it can act as a resistance, but with the overall SMA line now pointing down. Correct. It follows the same pattern as JNEG. descending pattern, and yes, it's trying to recover, but its overall direction is down. Okay, so Don is saying that there could be a breakout on either side. Again, there's an earnings report today, right? So the earnings report is in about 40 minutes. So we could see a breakout, right? That's what someone is saying. So what else do you guys think can happen? So we're seeing a lot of consolidation on this resistance and a lot of consolidation on this general support right around like above 100, just to, keep it safe. There's this like range, right, where it's consolidating. So can you guys all see that pattern? Right? Wait for the bounce on TQs. Okay, so you're saying that well, the overall direction for SQs was trending down. So yes, it is trying to push up as of right now, but this thing can easily continue to sell off, right? It's just that, again, it is trying to bounce around this SMA line, so just understand that. But and /NQ is trying to either break above this SMA line and change its overall direction and bounce again above the SMA line, and the SMA line can begin to point up again, or we're going to see a rejection and then this thing continue to sell off in that downward pattern, and then we'll see SQs recover. So PRGO breaking below its support. LBD sold off, waiting for the reversal 2% potential. I like it. Let's just focus on that direction, right? Here we go. DGA's trying to make higher highs. Again, we got that false reversal over here. So I fell for that. Let's see where it's at now. Not a clear direction. Exactly. I really, really like that, Robert. Not a clear direction. So what happens when there's not a clear direction? Like, what do you think would be the smart thing to do? The more effective and efficient, the long-term thing to do. Not even the smart thing to do. I don't want to say that if you're aggressive, you're not smart. It's just, what would be the more like realistic and conservative thing to do? To wait, to not trade it at all. Pascal, my guy. What's up? What's going on, Anna? What's going on, Don? What's going on, Carl? What's going on, Ozzy? What's going on, Rick? What's going on, Sahil? What's going on, Johnny, Larry, Kyle, Jeremy, Sahil, Adonsi, Joe, Positive Vibes, Chase, Thick Rick, what's up, what's up? Amy, I like it. Bonehead, Sean, Dilip, Stefan. You guys all got this. Gary, Rescue Life, Mitchell, Jimenez, Jonathan, John, Chad, John, Hamza, Daniel, Kareen. You guys all got this. I like how everyone starts to, as I'm saying people's names, starts to participate. This is how it should be every time that I'm like, hey, what do you think about this stock? I want to hear your guys' opinion. And do you guys agree with me that I know it's kind of like, and especially for newer traders, trust me, I know it might be uncomfortable because you could be wrong maybe a majority of the time as you're just getting started. But have you guys ever do you guys remember that in class, there's always that one person that asks a bunch of questions, and sometimes people find that person to maybe be annoying or something like that, and you get what I'm saying? But altogether, they're probably an individual within the class that understands the overall just subject better, right? Because they're asking questions. That's, again, you guys paid for this. So I would, if I were in your shoes, I would use and ask as many questions as possible, as long as they're not covered in the course, and you keep them within 150 characters and participate. Let's see how many people laugh at my joke of the 150 characters. No one. Okay. Sweet safe. There we go. Let's see a change in direction. Digaz again. We want to make some monies. We want some monies. Here we go. But again, we could see an easy bounce because this thing has been making higher lows. 100% I could see an easy bounce here based off of previous patterns. If this thing doesn't continue to sell off, do you see this pattern? Not even that, but just these alone. Like, that's scary. It's like, ooh, are you gonna bounce or not? You know? There we go. Are we gonna get a bounce? See where we go here. Let's see. Direction. Usually if I'm like wanting to trade, like let's say DGAS, or I'm trading DGAS, I like to look at the inverse. I don't know why, but I like to look at I don't like to look at what it is that I'm trading, because all I want to do is I'm always like, oh, go up, and it never goes up. I like to look at the inverse and follow it and watch it closely. I like to see it bleed, like slowly make lower lows. I'm just like, yes. Because then I know that DGAS is then pushing up, which is cool to me. Positive vibes. Thank you. I appreciate it. Here we go. 1063. Ooh, decent sell-off there. Thick Rick, low-key crazy. Here we go, 64. Up on the day. I'm actually going to, what I'm going to do is have the order ready and just watch it. You guys are so mean today. There we go. Oh no, we're getting a bounce. Yep, I like that, Alexander. I think SENS broke above $4. Check this out. Look at this. It could potentially be making higher highs here, right? On top of that, look at the MACD. Another reason why, and look at the RSI. Something that I have to pay attention to, right? And we're right around that middle VWAP. It acted as a resistance before, and it's acted as a resistance during pre-market hours. Looking at the MACD, it makes sense on why it can be a resistance. So if you're not already in DGAS, I would personally hold back to wait for more of a confirmation. Are you planning to upgrade your stream to 1080p? I think I need to get another camera, right? I don't think the camera that's built into my computer can sustain 1080p. I think it'd be cool to be able to run it that way, but I don't know how. To punch through the middle VWAP, exactly. Come on. Here, I'll do you guys a favor and I'll sell my position and then it'll go up. See. I'm looking at the overall market price right now. Give me 1 second. Here. Let's see. I'm trying to be patient. I'm trying to be patient and focus more on its direction. And as of right now, again, we're just getting quite a bit of consolidation here, right? Quite a bit of consolidation right around this general area, right? We have to admit that. I have to admit that. Sold it at 1063.42. Oh my goodness. Literally. Even just this 1 cent. Like, why? So again, there's a reason on why I got out. The direction wasn't as clear. But because I'm always like so tempted, I got in, I guess, a little bit too early. So I'll put my order up again. And yes, I am risking, you know, a little bit more, like I am risking like maybe missing out on a couple cents or a little bit of the margin. But again, I think it's for the greater good. It's consolidating. It's really acting as a resistance on that middle VWAP. It can sell off, right? Looking at, again, it's not just what I hope happens, but looking at the obvious, looking at the pattern. It has been selling off. Yes, we are at an area where it could be a support, but it's gotten rejected at even a higher price point than this. So, you know, I'm just trying to wait for a little bit more confirmation to see more higher highs. And I don't think that's the worst thing out there. So exactly. Also, the natural gas support is in a couple minutes. It's in about 30 minutes. And I just don't want to get caught in something right now. I just felt like I could walk away with not really a loss. So I was like, okay. And looking at the MACD, looking at the RSI, I just don't know, risk it, right? Especially with the natural gas support and, you know, how this weekend played out. It makes sense on why it can push up. Daniel is saying thank you. There we go. Looks like we didn't do that bad of a job. Symbol DWT, I like it. DWT, I thought UWT was showing signs of an uptrend. I might be mistaken. Oh, wow. Huge sell-off. And a continuous sell-off. Yeah, continuous sell-off on this, on UWT. So good call on that. DWT showing signs of an uptrend. Boom. Dang. Oh, I thought it said 8% on the day. It's pretty overextended. Take a look at JNUG. It's been a slow day, team. It's been a slow day. What do you guys think about the natural gas report this week? Because you guys has been so bullish and its overall change in direction because obviously the decrease in temperature, right? I'm gonna get some thoughts. Oh my goodness. So we've shared the link before to get access to the natural gas report, Kevin. And again, the natural gas report comes out literally the second that it turns to be 7:30 or 8:30 now. So it's not something that I could see a lot of people be able to analyze and take advantage of. Hey, what's going on, Jackson? Welcome to the team. Shopify. Okay. So we're making higher highs on Shop. I like it. And general resistance right around 160. Again, this is one that after earnings, it was right around this 130 area. And it's pushed up over 15 or nearly 15%. It still has a little bit of margin left, right? It has about 6.7%. So definitely not bad, even to this conservative resistance. So I'm just going to add it to the list. I like that consistent uptrend. What do you consider low and high volume? It depends. I could usually just by looking at the 1 day, 1 minute chart, identify if it has high enough volume for something that I want to trade. /NG breaking down. I didn't say that. It's definitely overbought, but you know, it's starting to show signs of a potential reversal. Look at the MACD, look at the RSI. The overall direction is changing. DGAS should be pulling back, but now we just need to wait for higher highs. There we go. Yeah, well, that's definitely something that we'll have to check out. So, I wouldn't say the shock and panic of natural gas report. How does it usually play out? Again, that's why, like, when it comes down to trying to like predict like where, like what direction the natural gas reports can be headed, the only reason that I would like even consider like investing in one before the report is released, which I normally never do, is just because how bullish and how much demand there is for natural gas, that it makes sense on why the report this week would be greater than last week, and in favor of you guys. So why are you not trading TNDM anymore? I saw TNDM make lower lows and lower highs, so it's back at 40. I haven't followed it that closely. It's just been consolidating too much. And the reason that I originally liked it was because it was showing signs of an uptrend, not because of its inconsistent like patterns. So that's why. There you go. So there we go. So this thing should start showing signs of an uptrend. Just have to wait for higher highs. Yeah, I agree. There's very low volume on the natural gas ETFs. DGAS has a little bit more volume. There we go. More of a descending pattern on that. So I'll take a smaller position on this. So oh no. Wow. I took it and I bought it way too high. Let's check this out. SQ's direction, again, it looks like it's following back with that downward pattern. So looking at that 5-day, 5-minute chart, I think you could easily tell this overall, again, it's pushed above it before, but I think you could easily tell that it might just continue making lower lows at this point moving forward. So $125 on an LABD reversal, baby. Check it out, Ricky. Sounds good. So UWT, yeah, I could, what the, okay. Looks like it's really changing its direction back and forth today. Okay, really nice. Let's lock in those profits. Again, looking at the overall direction and how it most likely will continue to trend. This thing has been a descending pattern. So yes, it is approaching this SMA line, but it's still selling off. So let's just make sure that we note that. Take a look at AMD Rickster. I apologize, George. Sorry it took me so long to read your message. So, yeah, I like its overall direction on the day so far. It's just that it's reaching this price point that's become a little bit more overbought, right? So, just something to look out for. You know, the margin of profit, is it worth it to continue to hold? Is it still a good deal? You know, just these series of questions that we might want to ask ourselves. As of right now, it is pulling back, so we'll set an alert for the overall reversal. And the RSI and the MACD are still kind of pointing down, so something that we probably want to look out for. Are there stocks that I'm swinging right now? No. So the only ones that that I was paying attention to as swing trades was, I think I have a couple of them here. DIS, right? LUV, because they were showing. So I was looking at the 5-day, 5-minute chart and the 20-day, 1-hour chart, and these were all showing signs of an uptrend pattern. So DIS, they have an up-and-coming earnings report today, so just an alert on that. LUV, and then there was one more if I'm not mistaken. Shop I just added today, so not that one. And then FE was showing signs of a consistent uptrend. The other thing was ticker symbol CROX. That was definitely showing signs of an uptrend, but CROX is so overextended now on the day that it wouldn't make sense for a swing trade, in my opinion. So. All right. Of course. Scalp CRX for $260 profit. Congrats, Sam. Can you take a look at Apple? Yes, I've seen your post. I'm so sorry that I didn't get back to you. Okay, Apple's selling off, showing signs of a downward pattern on the day, so not something that I would personally find attractive. On the 5-day, 5-minute chart, I think this is going to show a very similar pattern to TQQQ and /NQ, where it was showing signs of a consistent uptrend. Looking at the 180-day analysis, so it was trying to show signs of a recovery, but again, look at the RSI, look at the MACD, it's overextended, its direction is starting to change, so I would set those alerts and potentially just, I don't think it's the best deal right now. So if we get a bounce, great, but overall it looks overextended and like it can continue to sell off, so. Let's see. Yeah, SQ is trying to recover again. If you're having trouble identifying its direction for whatever it is that you are trading, just keep it simple and don't trade it. Best thing that you can do, right? If you're not, The thing that, a lot of people are like trying to emphasize is like, well, I'm not even at my like, so there's two things that I want to talk about is like, well, right now, as of right now, I've already hit my weekly goal, right? With the 3 first days of trading, yesterday at the $900, the day before that, up a little bit over 1,100, and then the day before that, 475, right? Even if I was not at my daily goal, even if I was just green maybe a little bit, right? Or just green in general, I would be so focused on just not taking any position that holds me and brings me back down. That would be my core focus, my main focus. And I'm struggling today. I'm struggling today to really make money. Like, I'm barely green. Like, if you guys want to see how ridiculous it is, I'm barely up on this, right? I mean, green is green, and trust me, I get that. And $6.30 here. $6.30 won't even pay for the commissions that I paid. I paid like $4.95 a commission. So I'm actually down like $2.70. Or $3, yeah, $3.70. So again, like, I'm just not finding, the only reason that I'm trading UGAS and DGAS are because of how relevant, the patterns are to the current state of what is going to happen today with the natural gas report. Quick math. But yeah, it's like the natural gas report comes out in 15 minutes. So again, it's something that we do on a weekly basis. If you guys don't want me to continue to do it, just let me know. We definitely don't have to, but I feel like it's something that, shortly after the natural gas report, we usually call it a day. And yeah, I mean, that's really just it. There we go. Sit on your hands. All right. Could you even see me? Okay. So I'm just going to wait here. Is there any open-ended questions that I can answer while we're waiting or while I'm waiting? So could you explain the sell-off on ticker symbol FE? No, I can't. I don't know why it sold off. I mean, it was overextended, so on the technical side, it makes sense on why it pulled back, don't you think? Look at the pattern. Right? Makes sense. So now that it's selling off, then guess what? We wait for the reversal. Wait for it to make higher highs and be patient, right? Ricky looks so small now. I'm really sitting back pretty far, right? FB selling off reason. Again, I really don't get like why. You guys know that I'm not a fundamental trader. And for all those people that always ask me questions about like why did this sell off? Why did this sell off? Look into it. Like there's either a fundamental or a technical reason on why it happened. Look into it. Again, I'm not here to spoon feed anybody. So if you're trying to trade Facebook or you've been trading Facebook and you held and it sold off, then you should have done your due diligence to learn more about why it sold off or what you could have done to prevent that. That would be the goal. Like if there's a pattern or you're planning out a stock or a trade, like yes, it makes sense like why, like I could assist you in that. But when you're asking questions about like why something sold off, you are as capable as I am to figure like why it sold off. Do you mix technicals with fundamentals? I can say that I do, but not really. I really just trade off of technicals. A majority of my trading like is just strictly technicals, and very, very like very rarely do I ever trade off of fundamentals. So that's why I just call myself a technical trader. So the question is, when people say to only risk 1% of your account on a trade, does that mean 1% stop on your overall position or 1% stop on your overall account value? That's a judgment for you to make. Like, what do you think is more realistic? Like, would you feel more comfortable managing your position size at 1% or your overall account size at 1%? It's up to you. So, are your ETF scan videos up to date on the course? I'm new to all this. Nope, I have 3 new sections that I'm adding, or I'm sorry, 2 new sections and 1 new video. So, sections are a series of videos. So, there's 2 new sections that are going to be added to the course, and then another video on top of that. That's not a section, that's just being added to like the scanners. Do you usually use crossovers of EMAs and SMAs to enter an exit position? No. Have you? I've never like heard myself talk about like crossovers or sharing anything about that. So the 3-day weekend is coming though. Is it? Oh, are you talking about like Thanksgiving? Oh, no, this weekend. There's Veterans Day. So tired, cranky. No, I'm just so Veterans Day. Yeah, I apologize about that. I'm not like tired or cranky. I get you guys could only imagine like going through hundreds of messages every single day, and it's a position that I put myself in, right? Obviously by having these groups, but the amount of like questions that I get that are so repetitive, like that's fine for people that like know nothing, but like those who invest in like Learn Plan Profit or those who are part of the group, it's just very sometimes it's very bothersome to know that you took action to invest in the course, yet you're not watching or learning from the material. And then we get these series of questions that are like really? Like I would expect this from like maybe a direct message on Instagram of someone asking me to give them like $1,000. And I'm just like, well, of course I'm not going to just give you $1,000. And like I honestly wanted to make a video of the ridiculous questions I get asked on, Instagram. Yeah, it's just mind boggling. So sometimes I do get frustrated, right? I mean, I'm human. And after like going through hundreds of messages like every single day, time after time, it just gets to a point where you guys see it. I mean, I post it on Discord from time to time, maybe like once a month to maybe twice a month. I'm just like, guys, like again, if you're gonna ask these questions, then like it just like I'll have to mute you and just make you like and force you to like learn. And it's not even from my content, but from whoever it is that you want to learn from. So do you find that after hours trading is a good indicator? If you're asking like during like extended hours or extended hours both pre and after are good indicators on like how the day will. No, they could be a good reference on how the day is projected to be. So Ricky, Sedona, Arizona, a nice city. I've never been there. All right, 7 minutes till the natural gas report. How many days do you get asked? It's so scary. Asked to trade someone's money and keep a portion. It's so scary that people are willing to do that. First of all, that they don't know that that's illegal. And on top of that, that they're so willing to like just give their money away and that they work so hard for someone else to invest it for them. Because it's been very unfortunate. There's a bunch of like fake accounts on social media that try to like pretend to be me, and they message you saying like, hey, I'll trade for you, deposit this into like this like BitConnect account or something, or Bitcoin account or cryptocurrency account. It's just like I'm lost of words for the people that actually do that. How many times a stream do you ask if you short? I get asked if I short. Why don't I trade crypto? Why don't I trade Forex? Why don't I do options? Why I don't. I do what I do because I like it. I don't what I don't because I don't. I was just trying to make you laugh on that last one. Yep, I like it, Crystal. Yep. Canes or guac today? Understanding with like how the day is going, probably gonna just get some Chipotle. All right, so we got 4 minutes until the market opens. Chipotle is my life. I like it. Wowzers. You put anything in your hair? Nope. Am I missing something? Like, is something like super active and I'm just like missing out on it? Because today is like one of the slowest days, I think, for myself. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not feeling it today. Maybe I am cranky and I just don't know it. I need to admit it. Ricky, you cranky punk. Vacation time. No, thank you. There's no need for a vacation. Hey, Thick Rick, what's your opinion? Let's say. Is it ready to start trading with real money, or is it ready just to start trading with more money? Okay, 2 minutes left. 2 minutes until the natural gas report comes out. Real money. Okay. I would say if you can, there's 2 factors that I would make sure that that should actually be a video, huh? Like a video talking about like when you're ready to trade with real money. Just to share it, when I think that you can make a fluid transition from fake money to real money is when, what's it called? When you can not only consistently grow your account, but you understand the growth and the actions that you are taking that are leading to that growth. You know, anyone can get lucky. but it's doing it on a consistent basis where you feel confident, comfortable, and then understand everything it is that you are doing that got you to that point. If you feel like you're still getting lucky and you're still not really understanding, you guys are all able and intelligent people. You guys could all make sense of like, yeah, I'm still getting lucky. I still really don't know what I'm doing. Just admit it to yourself. And if that's the case, then you're probably still not ready. But maybe if you're like really getting the hang of it and you feel like you're ready, but again, you don't want to focus on the monetary aspect, I would approach it at ease with maybe like a smaller account, or just slowly starting to test it out with real money and maybe doing that one share test buy. Okay, we got a minute left. Of course, what I invest in sells off. There it is. That was in favor of DGAS, obviously. Should have held my position. Dingleberry Rick missed out on 2.8%. Things coming back quick. Let's lock in those profits. But yeah. That was it for today, team. Whoa. Dang it. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to give it time to recover. So I'm down about $100 as of right now. I bought the dip, didn't buy the dip very effectively. I'm not doing anything very effectively today. So my average price right now is 105.79. 105.79, that is my average purchase price as of right now. That's right below the middle VWAP. And I will keep you up to date with what it is that I, end up doing with my overall position. Obviously, UGAS is very bullish altogether. So it's not something that I'm very scared about that, hey, this sell-off might continue to happen or anything like that. Just due to overall natural gas prices and how it's been performing, I think we could do pretty well. So just setting my alerts here. I'm going to set my alerts for all these different breaks of patterns, break of resistance and stuff like that. And we'll keep you guys up to date. Even if I end the day, honestly, today over $100 or $200, I'm just going to lock in profits, walk away and call it a day. Again, I'm at my weekly goal. I should have focused more on quality trades. Let's not forget that I'm up $6.40 on DGAS, right? But yeah, that's really just it. I'm just really, as you guys can tell, just really not feeling it today with what it is that I'm doing when it comes down to my trades. And I think I need to take like a little bit of break, maybe get some food or something before I jump back on Discord messages. I might be a little on edge with some of these FAQs we've been getting, so really pumped about that. So thank you guys again so much for your time. Hope you guys all have an amazing rest of your Thursday. Have fun, make someone smile today, and again, hope you guys end the rest of the week on a green note. Take it easy, team.